As boy DJ Wolf again, I'm just thinking about a couple of things here. Man, I swear these people drive like a Sunday when it's actually Friday. No, but anyway, I had a couple of things on my mind today. I probably talked about it, went over it before, but it's just something that just sticks on my mind about us as African Americans. It's just something about that just specifically sticks on my mind. And one of the things is how we allow envy to mess with us. And I ain't gonna say it's like it's everybody. It's some of us. You know, envy has ruined careers, families, and lives in some cases. And I always said, I mean, and here's the bad part about it. Envy itself has specifically allowed even grown adults to act that way. I've seen it happen. That dog walking all prissy and stuff. And she got it going on. Anyway, I was thinking about a couple of things here and there. I think I might have told the story before. I'm not 100%. There was one time I went back home. You know, if you already know, what you do? Drive, woman. I went back home to my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio, and I actually stayed with my dad for a few days. This was probably about 10 or close to 10 years ago. And one of my dad's longtime buddies had stopped by. I hadn't seen that guy in, good Lord, I hadn't seen that guy in almost 30 years. No woman, you can't move. I hadn't seen this guy about 30 years. So, in any case, he got talking about, I didn't see you since you was, such and such. And I said, yeah, it's been a minute. And he said, what you doing these days? So I told him what I did for a living. And as soon as I told him about that, he went from somebody who was glad to see me to somebody who just like, oh, so you fancy, huh? It was just a weird scene, man. And you would think a guy as old as he was and saw how people treated our culture and our people for generations and generations and generations like shit, that he would understand, hey, at least the people who came before you, even though we weren't able to advance like you guys are, at least I'm happy that you are. He just looked at me like he had total envy. So I told him what I did, and he was like, really? Mm-hmm. I don't know, it's just like it was just weird. I had that vibe before from somebody else, from a family member who I told them that, and they looked at me the exact same way. And this is what tripped me out. And I say this for a reason. Or a couple of reasons, but I definitely say this for a reason. And that's just one example. One reason why I say this is because people are always wondering why you have black people who don't like to live in the hood, or if they get to where they need to be, they don't like to live in the hood anymore. They move out. For a while, one time I didn't understand it either. I didn't. But after living where I live at for the last 20 some odd years and going home to visit every now and then, and I'm not knocking people who live at home, who live in a place like Cleveland, but I can understand why some people decide not to do it anymore. You know, when you try to be there for family and you try to do for family, you know, and sometimes family try to take advantage of you, and they be feeling some kind of way about, oh, look at you, blah blah blah. Because I went through that too. I went through that with my own mother. You know, and I don't feel no shame saying it. It's the truth. You know, we were talking about a family member one time, and I was telling them that they had the same, you know, they had the opportunity to do what they could have done, and they were raised by both parents just like I was. And she feels some kind of way when I told her. She's like, well, some of us aren't as fortunate. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, woman. I'm thinking that it's, we kind of had the same advantage. The difference was I took advantage of it. So it wasn't about that. They were working at a place that I always wanted to work at, but never got an opportunity to work at because they never would hire me. Okay? And I was even more qualified. But the reason I was more qualified because I went to school. And I graduated from school. And I kept going. You know? And I still didn't get the job. I still didn't have the opportunity to work out there where he worked. He worked at one of the most prestigious places, not only in the city, in the world. You know? And when she said that, and I was like, I was feeling some kind of way, and I was upset. Because I would have thought, instead of her saying that, because she always have a bleeding heart for certain people like that, I would have thought, like, you know, hey, you know, that person did what you did. You led them by example, and they didn't take advantage of it. Instead of her saying that, she say some old dumb stuff like this. You know, in other words, if you said that versus what you said to me about, oh, well, some of us aren't as for, no, because that was just an excuse. You know, but if you said, hey, you know, I wish you would led by, you know, you led him by example, he should have taken advantage of that. At least you wouldn't be alienating one person against the other. But that's what she did. But at least if you said what I just said just now, at least you would show, hey, you know what? You did with your thing, and he saw you do it. He should have actually been doing what you were doing. End of discussion. But no, she had to throw me under the bus like she always do. One day I'll tell you all about it. But it's the truth. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know, I kind of feel like, you know, she felt some kind of way when it comes to me. And yet, I'm the one that you raised to be. I'm the one that you always stayed on about stuff like that. And I come through and you throw me under the bus for doing it. Sometimes I like, you know what? No wonder some kids just like, fuck it. When they get older. I mean, when, you know, at a certain age, it's like, man, please. You didn't believe me then, you ain't gonna believe me now. Or you don't believe me now. If you don't believe me now, you probably won't believe in me later on. I could somewhat see why some people feel the way they do. Not that it's right. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. But you have to actually step up to the plate, regardless of whoever and whatever feel the way they do about you, or whether they try to put you down. Because I went through all that. I went through that with some friends. Some so-called friends. I went through that shit with other relatives. I went through that shit with my own parents. But notice what I'm telling you. I don't let that get me down. People will try to put you down, but you don't let it get you down. And it took me a long time to really realize that in life, the people closest to you will throw you on the bus just as fast as anybody else, and not even faster. You know, and some of it does arise from jealousy. I've been told that. I've been told. I've had very close family members tell me they were jealous of me, and a few of them I was surprised they actually were at all. And it shocked me because I did my thing to become a productive citizen. I did all the right things, dotted all the I's, crossed the T's out. You know, I didn't. And the bad part about it, I wasn't getting extremely great grades. I just had drive. You know, a lot of us think because we had a bad slump or a bad stump during a number of years, which I did. You know, and I'm living testimony of it. Real talk. What are you doing? Goofy ass. I need you to drive. Don't want to drive. I'm like I said, take this hat off. It's hot. I'm living testimony of somebody who actually went through the mill. You know, where people left and right was telling me I wasn't gonna be about shit. But you know what hurts me more than anything? Is when you have family telling you that. That hurts, man. That hurt deep. You know, it hurt. I'm telling you. I mean, I've told that story before, but I'm telling it again as a point. And this because I know some of you guys who are youngest are going to be out of spring break soon. If you hadn't already started or about to, don't let parents get you down. Sometimes the parents might say something they may not mean. And sometimes they may say something they do mean. But know one thing. You keep your head up and you get that education. And you get that paper and you just move on. You know? I went through it. I never thought that the people who were supposed to love you the most would be the ones that have thrown you in the bus. You know? And sometime I told somebody one time, I said, I don't know which one's worse when it comes to throwing me under the bus. Because they both done a very good job of that. I'm not going to lie about it. They have. But on some level, I could probably say one parent or the other or vice versa. But they've both been equally bad. I told one of them last year, I said, look, you ain't no different from the other one. Y'all both do the same thing. You know, I have to be honest about this. I mean, I'm coming from a heart that had been broken by family telling me about what I wasn't going to amount to. So yeah, I'm saying it because that's how I felt. I'm saying because that's what really happened. It's a 100% true story. Let me get one of the things. The thing's good. Some of the air freshener that my wife gave me, brand new type of air freshener, you stick in your air vent. You stick it and it stays there, and it really works. But you know, it's just the way I feel about it. You know. And like I said, jealousy is just it's dangerous because not only you have I've had friends that have been jealous of me. I've had family members been jealous of me. I've had neighbors be jealous of me. I've seen that happen too. I've had church members be jealous of me. You know. And this is not only at the old church I used to go to, it's at the one I go to now. You know, you got some that'll speak to my wife, and they know both of us. Some of them knows pretty well. They'll speak to her and I'll be standing right next to her. I give her speak. They keep on moving. And I'll be like, well, I'll be damned. And I just got to a point over here, like, you know what? I've been told. There are people who have told me. I mean, people behind my back have told me, "Oh, you're arrogant." I said, "No, I'm not arrogant. I'm confident." See, people mix up arrogance with confidence. I'm a very confident person who likes to get along with everybody, but I'm not arrogant. I may carry myself that way because, or it may look like I'm carrying myself that way because I'm confident about the things that I do. I have to be. If I don't feel that way, I'm not going to be that way. In other words, if I don't feel confident, I'm not going to build confidence in myself. And maybe that's the reason why people think that I'm arrogant, because the fact that I don't try to hold my head down around anybody. You know, but getting back to what I was talking about, for years people try to put me down by talking shit about me. You know, people who, like I said again, the most closest to have done that. And it hurt me. Hurt me deep, man. Really did. Really did. For a long time, man. For a very, very long time. Some of it still hurt me deep. I'm pretty much over it, but it did hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you guys about that. It did hurt. It hurt me. It hurt. I mean, I still think about it like, man, wow. You know, like I said, I don't even. Well, I probably hadn't told you guys this. I told somebody one time I was gonna do a video. This is back circa 1995, 96. Might be a little before that. About around the mid-90s. I was talking about starting my own video production company. And putting video on the computer. I talked about it before they even scratched the surface with it. Before they barely scratched the surface with it. Now I got YouTube. And I wasn't talking about putting television on. I'm talking about just doing my own thing before they even talked about putting TV on the internet. I was talking about doing my own TV thing on there then. Now I am. You know, DJ Wolf Live on YouTube via For All to Hear TV. Circa 1998. You know, I mean, I take that back. Circa 2008. I'm dating myself. 1998 was, I did a video at my church, matter of fact. I wasn't even remembering it. Still looking for it, because I actually would like to post the entire video online one of these days, and I'm going to do it. The young people got any damn sense around here? I'm going to be doing it one day. I'm going to be posting it online. It was a breast cancer awareness play. They actually wrote a play, and I got to find, because I am anxious to put it online. Because I talked to a couple church members. They were looking to get it on DVD, which I did at one point. I had the software. I did put it on DVD, so I got to find it though. The quality wasn't great. You know, I was surprised I was able to do what I did on it. And I think for what I did a pretty amazing job on it, if I do say so myself. You know, I am anxious to find out about it though. About what the word about something. I know I got it somewhere now. And I had the resources to convert it. But that's another story. But that's what I'm saying. I kept on persistence about it. I got a comment from a customer today about something I worked on for. Yeah. And she was so appreciative. And I had to break it down to her. You know? That's one of the reasons why I actually love about going to church. One of the really great things about it, because it taught me not only resilience, but it taught me how to work myself out to be a more reasonable person. Now, when I say reasonable person, I mean somebody who actually learned to not be so hot-tempered. When I lived at home, I was hot-tempered. That's because of the environment. I told my dad that some years ago. He was like, "Why you be cursed? You know, I had never cursed like that when I was your age. He was telling me he didn't start cursing until he was about late 20s and stuff." And I was like, and I'm thinking, okay, you probably did, but then if I hear you saying it all the time, what do you think I'm gonna do? You know, then you hear stories about kids doing drugs or selling drugs or drinking alcohol. A lot of times they say, well, I was doing this because my parents were doing it. I knew a guy when I was in third grade. A guy named John, man, years ago. Smoking. He was like 10, 11 years old. He looked like he was about 30. He acted like he was about 30. I actually wonder if he was a midget. Tell you the truth. Real talk. Didn't know anything other than smoking and hanging out. And this was in the early 70s. And he looked like he'd been out there for a minute too. He really did. But nevertheless, he wasn't much older than me, and I was still a kid. But he looked old. But this guy was smoking cigarettes every day. I mean, right outside of school. This is like in the 70s. He didn't care. He didn't give a fuck. I used to trip. I said, this kid. I was like, are you really a kid or you just a midget looking like a kid? Sort of. They would just smoke up cigarettes and lighten them up like it was nothing. Did it all the time. Yeah. But that's another whole story. Anyway, I to get off track what I was going to say. What I'm saying is, for me, personally, I had to learn to persevere on my own. I didn't let what somebody else said about me define who I am. You know what I mean? I didn't. And I didn't let the bad habits of those people define me who I am. I didn't say, okay, well, I saw you doing this and doing that, so I'm going to do that too. That's not how you roll. That's not how you roll. That ain't how you supposed to roll either. Because you got people who will do that. Why are they driving so slow out here? You know? Like I said, I didn't let anybody define me growing up. To be who I am. In other words, I'm doing this. You gotta do that too. No, because it may not be something you should be doing. And somebody said, well, you this, you that. That may not be who you are. Or maybe it's something that they want to say that you are as a way of controlling your mind or controlling your thoughts about who you are. People will do that without a care in the world. You know, because sometimes this world can be a lot colder than you think it is. You know, and I think about that a lot. You know, I think I listen, and there's times where I observe many times over and watch how people act around you and what they say around you and the other people that you're with. You know, because like somebody said on their program, radio program I used to listen to, not everybody your color is your kind. You know, and that is true. Not everybody you think is your friend is your friend. Not saying that there aren't friends, people you can't trust, but you do have to know who your friends are and watch, you know, how your friends are. If they're real friends, you ain't got to worry about that. But if somebody who claim they are, yeah, you might have to. You might just, you know, do a double take, so to speak. You know, I myself, I just be me, do what I have to do for myself day to day in and day out, and not worry about what people think. Which is one of the other things. If you grow up in a household where you had the advantage of both parents there, sometimes it can be just, it depends on the parents, sometimes it can be just as difficult as it is if you were raised by a single parent. It's kind of hard for me to explain because I was never raised by a single parent, although there was a time where my mother was separated from my dad, where she was raised like that one time, momentarily, not the entire time though. At one time, for a while. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it, but I'll leave it at that. But sometimes, in those cases, it's who the persons are. It's how they live. You know, if they live right and act right, you won't be acting right. You know. But, like I said, you should not let... Somebody said it too on another program I heard too. Somebody said you should not let your parents define their behavior for who you are. Because what your parents may be doing may not, or shouldn't, in some cases shouldn't apply to you. You know? And I thought about that. That is so true. It shouldn't. should define yourself by your own actions and by your own merit. Don't base it on somebody else's. Don't base your reputation on somebody else, because their reputation may not be the best representation of who you should be. You know? That's how you have to look at it. You know? Some people look at life through rose-colored glasses, and some people look at life with the simple clarity of clear glasses. In other words, some people want to mask behind what they're actually seeing. It's like, let me see it this way. Now, we all need to have clarity in our life, man, because clarity will give you a better view of what you're seeing. All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. It's been my pleasure to talk to you guys today. Hopefully, come on back, rate me, subscribe to me, debate me if you want. And talk to me, man. That's what my channel's for, man. That's why I'm doing social media, because like I said, it's the purpose of getting things off your chest and allowing yourself to, learn and talk about things. Maybe something you might learn from somebody else that might enable you to do better. You never know. So I'm looking to start 2 other channels anyway. One of them specifically for that purpose. The other one, a music channel that I want to do, where I do some of my remixes. I got one hot remix that I really want to post so bad, but the only way I'll probably be able to post it if I actually do a live show, and that could happen. It could happen tonight. So with that in mind, guys, with that in mind, let me go ahead and cut it off. This is DJ Wolf, guys. DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com and DJ Wolf Live at gmail.com. All right, that's not using the 4 to here email address, because that thing was. But anyway, just let me know either way. All right, and subscribe to my channel, For All to Hear TV on YouTube, and that's For All, the number 2, HEAR, For All to Hear TV. Also, I can be reached on Twitter at For All to Hear, which is the same thing, at For All to Hear. My Twitter page is DJ Wolf. The only person with DJ Wolf listed on Twitter, that's moi. All right, hashtag at For All. Well, that's not hashtag. I'm sorry, at For All to Hear. All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. Possible podcast, and I'm hoping to get Blog Talk Radio back. Talk to you guys later.